What's going on, YouTube? It has officially been a full week of owning the iPhone 12. And I must say, this phone is pretty impressive. Starting with the battery life, which is really my favorite thing about the newest iPhones, starting from last year with the iPhone 11. I have been getting really good battery life. There was even one day on this phone, let me see, I think I took a screenshot of it here. So I was at 5 hours of screen on time. This was Monday. And I was still at 71% for my battery. I had already gotten 5 hours of screen on time. So the battery has been phenomenal. I was a little concerned going from the 11 Pro Max down to this iPhone 12 as far as the size with a smaller battery, but I'm thinking that the newest processor is really optimized to take advantage and give you good battery life. So battery life has been excellent. Build quality, I'm still loving it. Very solidly built. I love the new, the old design that they've renewed from the iPhone 5S, and the cameras have been pretty good. No complaints there. The front-facing cameras have been really solid. No complaints there. So overall, I am satisfied with this phone. However, I'm still kind of upset with Apple that they did not release all the devices at once. I feel like they forced us to make an early decision without being able to hold these phones in hand and whatnot and figure out which one would suit our needs best, particularly with the iPhone mini. Like I said in another video, I was really contemplating getting that one because I missed the one-handed use. I was just concerned about the drop off of the battery. But based on the battery life that I've been getting from this 12, I'm thinking that the iPhone 12 mini, the battery life would probably be just as good. So I feel a little slighted when it comes to that. I plan on going and checking the phone out once it actually releases, but I feel like they spaced out just enough time so that way you've already passed the return window. So yeah, I'm definitely going to stick with the 12. But outside of that, it's just an iPhone. I mean, it has 5G. So I do have 5G in my area. Obviously, it's not at its full strength yet, right? So I know a lot of people are against 5G or whatnot. I would say that the 5G signal in my area varies with the device that you're using, because I was getting some pretty good speeds when I tested it with the Note 20 Ultra. When I did some tests with this iPhone, I get decent speeds, but I've seen those speeds before. I've seen those speeds on 4G LTE on AT&T service, as opposed to now having this on T-Mobile's 5G service. So at least the phone is kind of future-proofing you, I guess, if you want to call it a thing. So as long as you have the bands inside the phone, you should be good for years to come. And I do think this phone will be relevant for at least a good 4 or 5 years. I probably won't hold on to it that long because I'm into technology, so I don't keep phones probably past 2 years. Maybe I'll try. Maybe that'll be the new challenge. See if I can keep the phone at least 3 years. We'll see. But definitely still feeling the color. I think I made a good choice going with this blue. You guys can tell me, which color that you actually went for. I'm assuming that the wait time to get the phones is probably still like a month out. So I guess that bodes well for Apple as far as their sales are going right now. But at the end of the day, let's not get it twisted. If you have an iPhone 11, you are not missing out. I mean, honestly, only like tech enthusiasts, people that are really into technology, are the ones that are noticing differences between the 12 and the 11. A lot of people wanted to see this design change. Is it that significant? probably not to the average person, right? My daughter has the iPhone 11. She looked at this one and said, nah, I'm still good with my iPhone 11. I mean, that works for me. That's more money, saved in my pocket. But to me, it's not that huge of an upgrade because you're still getting your widgets and whatnot. And that's the great thing, I guess, too, to point out for Apple is that they consistently give you updates and they keep phones relevant for years. I would say at least 5 years, your phone is relevant with the iOS updates. So there are probably people that are still using like the original SE that got the iOS 14 update and they're loving it. Unless, their battery's starting to deteriorate at this point. But outside of that, you're not really missing out. There's no killer feature this year. Unless you're a photographer or whatnot, then you're probably going to wait for that Pro Max, the 12 Pro Max, to get the best cameras available. But outside of that, man, it's, if you have an 11, don't upgrade to this 12. If your 11 is working great, there is no need to upgrade right now. 5G in most areas isn't at full capacity yet. It's probably going to take a few years to really see some huge differences. But outside of that, yeah, it's just an iPhone. So, on to the next thing. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want me to test out on the phone. And what's been your experience with the iPhone 12? I feel like the newness is already worn off. It's starting to feel a lot like my 11 Pro Max at this point, but I still love the build better on this one. It's your boy Yella. Until the next one, I'm out. Peace.